Hey there, have you seen my latest video, Jupiter Gets Emotional? Come check it out at soulmart.me. Namaste, and welcome to Soul Horoscopes Orbits Edition. From my webcam to yours, I'm Christopher Witecki, your astrologer and soul biographer, here to help you put the pieces of your karmic story together. And please forgive my absence the last 4 weeks. I have been facing my own karmic story, which has been repeating and repeating for the last year. So thank you to all those who sent good support, love, and your prayers. I really appreciate it. I got all the notes, everything. Thank you very much. So let's talk about what's going on. Have you had ascension sickness? That's what we call it when you have to grow super fast. When the spirit grows faster than the body, we get sick. Let's look at Mr. Orbits Man. Now, I don't know if you know this, but the planets all align with the chakras. And this map here shows you how each planet aligns with each chakra. Well, the chakra that's been giving us a sick stomach literally has been the third chakra, which is our yellow chakra. That's because thoughts and feelings come together there. Now, for the last year, Jupiter was in Gemini, expanding thoughts and throwing off the two in their balance. Now, Jupiter's in Cancer, having emotions expand and perhaps throwing them away from thoughts. So, put simply, if you're having ascension sickness, having problems eating, which may lead to problems sleeping, really what you need to do is align your thoughts with your feelings, get those two on the same side. Now, the sun is moving into Leo, which means we're working on the heart chakra, that beautiful green one there, and that means we'll be working on it for the next 2 months. You may not know this, but Chiron also rules the heart chakra along with the sun. So, healing, loving, being in the moment, that's what it's about. But let's look at the planets and what caused all this shift, shall we? Here's a sneak peek. Womp womp! That's right. That's Monday, if you don't know. And there's so much going on, I have to layer it piece by piece. It really begins with a soul pyramid. We got a soul pyramid in Earth starting off the week. That's going to allow us to change reality, rapid fire, and fast. On top of that, a soul pyramid in water, a grand trine aligning our emotions so we get used to the way it feels right away as well. A yod pointing to the sun pulls in our intuition and our ability to kill things into love. That's basically a creation yod right there. You can't put it any simpler than that. Then we've got an opposition, a little tug of war between Saturn and the Moon, 2 more oppositions, and a square. That's the one between Uranus and Pluto. We've been feeling that one for a long time. Another square between Uranus and Black Lilith. Oh, that's fun. One more square between the Sun and the Moon, so feelings and our love isn't talking to each other. And one more square. I love is not talking to boundaries. So all these parts of us are talking to us with the trines. All these parts of us are in fights with each other or ourselves. And that's what I'm going to talk about. When we get up in the ascension elevator and get up to the clouds, I'm going to talk about what this means for each of the 12 zodiacs in your rising signs and how it turns into happiness or not happiness for you. Look at that spirograph. It's so pretty. All right, let's not wait any further. Let's take the ascension elevator and take a better look at you.
Folks, this is your captain speaking. We realize you have a choice in the astrologers you choose to fly with. We'd just like to thank you for flying with Christopher Witecki.
Hello, ambassadors and Gemini risings. Welcome to 33,000 feet for a bird's eye view of you. My apologies for being off the air. It has been an intense time, particularly for the ambassadors, the intellects, the I think states of awareness. Even with a Gemini rising, super intense because of Jupiter. Jupiter was in Gemini from 2012, the summer of June 2012 to June 2013. Forcing you to grow up and expand ego issues. This meant letting go of old fights. This meant sticking up for yourself. This meant expanding your capabilities as a communicator, really taking it up a notch. Now that Jupiter has moved into Cancer, it shifts to your emotional state of awareness around self-esteem. You'll be spending the next year expanding what I call soul capital. What you believe you are worth is what you attract on earth. Wow, that's a good rhyme. I'll have to use that again. And the law of attraction, of course, leads to abundance. You must be abundantly confident about yourself to become very rich. And I've been reading some books of some wealthy people just because of what they've done, not the wealth, actually. And I've seen that it comes down to them really believing they're so valuable and so needed for the world. So you'll be stepping into that, and we'll be doing it together step by step. Let's dive into what's going on first. You are working on your favorite part of the soul, your intellect, the I think state of awareness. With the sun in Leo, It's time to upgrade your thinking process. We're in chapter 1. So this is your thinking and information, your prejudices. You'll be looking to see where you ignore information, when you don't listen to the other twin inside of you, when you don't speak up, the basic fundamentals of communication. That's chapter 1. And removing areas that you have limits or blocks on. Now, really, it all comes down to how much you love yourself to determine how well your mind works. Because Geminis, when they love themselves, they work, that component of love allows them to choose the proper thoughts, the ones they love the most. Now, here are the planets. The Sun is in Leo, moving from step 5 to step 11. So by the end of the week, you'll begin to heal some of your intellectual issues with yourself or non-loving thoughts. Your ruling planet Mercury is still back in Cancer. So is Mars and Jupiter and Black Lilith spinning there at the bottom. That is all the self-esteem work that's going to continue, even though the Sun has moved on to thoughts and intellect. And as you probably know from the retrograde, Mercury went way back there. Now, Jupiter will be from step 6 to 8 this week. That means you'll be making a decision at the end of the week of what you're no longer worth, a very powerful decision. In other parts of you, Saturn in Scorpio is pushing forward to change your life. This begins with how you live in the moment, and this week it begins with how you think. What thoughts do you allow in your moment and don't allow in your moment? That's what Saturn is pushing you on and will continue to push until March 3rd, 2014. So it is time to expand your moment, to live in the moment, to not check out of reality, and to draw boundaries with your own thoughts in the moment to get in connection with your reality. Pluto in Capricorn has retrograded to 9 degrees. Now, this is the part that's pushing Geminis into the swimming pool when it's too cold. So the universe is giving you time to change your own personal boundaries and intimacy issues. You have until September 21st to kind of procrastinate. At that point, you'll be making new decisions about what you trust in yourself and don't trust in yourself. And by the time we end this year, you will be at step 11. So you'll finally be at a place where you're ready for true intimacy at the end of the year, if you do this self-trust work, like I say. So let's move on to this to our predictions. Now, just to catch us up, last week, the big point of the week was the Sun moving from Cancer into Leo on Tuesday. There was a full moon at 0 degrees. That was a tug-of-war for Geminis between what you believe and what your thoughts say to you. And really, the beliefs is what you were changing. So that full moon was giving you a pull towards beliefs, to feel differently about different beliefs, which therefore forces you to change in your thinking. You might have also thought about moving or taking a trip somewhere just to force yourself into different thoughts. Then over last weekend, major breakdowns, a 3-day storm. The storm was really thoughts that don't serve you, where your mind can actually hurt your inner child, and where your mind can be too cruel to your inner child. That's what the Sun in Leo is about. Remember, loving thoughts make a loving Gemini, and this last weekend, the breakdown was about whether or not your thoughts were loving. Moving on to this week. Now this week, it's going to be a very cloudy and pensive week. Starting on Sunday, Mercury rules today, so hopefully you had some breakthrough about unloving thoughts. Jupiter at 7 degrees in Cancer is inspiring you to use your intuition to figure out just how valuable you are. And when it comes to your thoughts, you should use your intuition to how valuable you are too. All right? So use your gut. What do you think you're worth when it comes to how you talk about yourself? And what do you think you're worth when it comes about how you talk about yourself with others? Using intuition is key. Now look, at Neptune is retrograde all week. That means to use intuition, you've got to stop and ask yourself. Just listen to those little thoughts you normally ignore. But with Neptune retrograde, you need to do that. Now, on Tuesday the 30th and the 31st, this is where conversation, understanding come together, hopefully through your intuition. Now, spiritual miracles are possible right now due to all the great alignment in the Pisces energy, which means if you pray or ask God Universe to open the doors to something you don't normally think about, you'll draw in someone with the right message. You'll hear in a video a little sharp that, oh, that's what I was looking for. You will, if requested, that's the whole Neptune retrograde, requested, hey, Universe, please show me what I don't normally think about or don't normally hear, and see what that is. The universe is trying to get you to cut away from a thinking pattern you've had since childhood. And I know Jupiter was in Gemini and you expanded your whole ego and whatnot, but your own thoughts now can get in the way of that strength. Your own thoughts can get in the way of your soul capital. So you want to intuit where it is that you're making the wrong turn at Albuquerque in your own thinking, where the Gemini is putting the Gemini twin down. And on Thursday, the skull and crossbones means it's time to decide to step away from old thinking. If you are caught in arguments or legal battles, you may make some legal decisions on Thursday about cutting away from that. Then on Friday, we're taking action on those thoughts, so putting them into action, signing the document, whatever that means, because it is an intellectual transit, and moving forward to the next step. On Saturn Day, it's a Love and Trust Butterfly Day, which means you are holding space and loving that the old attitude will die, and that means we can move into now using your mind constructively for things you want to think about, right? Then a peek at next week, really the pivotal point. On Sunday, things will heal, so if you can just get to Sunday, folks, you'll feel a lot better. But it's Tuesday, August 6th, that's the real turning point, because that is Light Cast Day, and Jupiter moves to 9 degrees, which means we'll be acting on that new soul capital, or stepping away from a job, or stepping away from an old self-esteem. So all these self-loving thoughts are actually leading, I believe, to soul capital for the Jump Geminis. Now let's dive back to Earth and talk about a couple of other things. One is my new video at soulmart.me, Jupiter Gets Emotional. It's a video or an MP3, so for those of you who want to listen to me in the gym, go right ahead. It covers 6 months, and what it's going to focus on is this abundance. So if you really want to get deep on manifesting abundance and money and getting a raise, watch this video. It'll give a play-by-play for you for the entire 6-month period. If you don't have Act 2, good news, it's on sale right now for just $3.99. So while you're down at Soulmart, pick up one of those as well. And you have till the end of the month to get a one-on-one reading from me for just $99 for the hour. Check it out. I have really helped people break through. It's available also at soulmart.me. Then one last little announcement. If you haven't figured it out already, I'm teaching on Wednesday evenings, 6 p.m. It's called Practical Wizardry, where I'm teaching you how to step into your loving magic. It's my guided hangout. It's available at soulmart.tv, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I look forward to seeing you and working with you on camera. Let's get into our practical wizardry, eh? All right, folks, that's all I have for this week. I love you very much, Gemini. Until then, live, love, be.